today's topic is Unreal scripting and programming using nodes, or blueprints as they call it. Just as an example of alternatives, Unreal is not the first system that uses visual programming. For example, there's Scratch that uses basically Lego pieces to assemble your code and doesn't really let you to make any mistakes. And there's also Microsoft implementation, which I just saw yesterday and decided to just throw it in there just to make the point. Without further ado, what is Unreal programming? So, the way it started, the Unreal Engine development team looked at their existing codes, and they have their own scripting language called Unreal Script. And it has become so cluttered and so heavy that the team decided that it's actually a bottleneck. It's not allowing the engine to become better and work faster. So they said, just screw it. We are going to make everyone use C++ for major stuff like accessing databases inside their games, and then output that functionality to visual representations of the functions, and let designers or whoever is going to make the scenes work with visual representations of that function. So basically, designers are able to quickly prototype simple logics for their games using these specific nodes. So how does it usually work? In Engine, you can set up your simple object that you will be able to control using your blueprints or nodes. Actually, it looks a lot like C++ language. Here on the left side, we've got a section where we just define our variables and functions. And they can be easily accessed in this section. We can just drag and drop them in and do stuff with them. When we specify our variables, we also have to set up the variable types. And that's usually done here in the right panel. We just click on that drop-down thing and decide if you want to have Boolean, text, or whatever. And if you really want to have some arrays, then you just click on that stuff and you've got an array. That's it. The way you pass the flow of your programs are these execution kind of markers on the nodes. So how does it usually work? In this example, I've got a node that actually is saying that something has penetrated an object that has a physics attached to it. And that object has generated an event that I've been hit. So from here on, you go here. In this example, I am getting the list of all the objects in the scene that have a type of a certain object that I have created somewhere. Well, basically, it references all objects that have similar qualities, something like that, and do stuff with it from there on. So this really allows us to set up really quickly some basic stuff. Here's the thing. When you have too complicated logic, all the nodes are becoming really cluttered, and it's really hard to know what is where. You can sort your pieces of functions in sort of commented blocks and comment them, but all in all, you've got a mess. Like, what is this? I don't know. So, with that info, I have built a simple demo Right. So here I have a simple. Oh, all right. Here I have a simple scene. We've got our playable character in here, and there is a special cube that is going to be the center of our logic in this scene. So basically what is going to happen is, when I press Q on the keyboard, one of these fellows will actually go towards that cube and will trigger a bubble sort algorithm, and all of these characters will be aligned by their height. Which is really stupid, but it was fun to implement. So as you can see, this guy is bigger, this one is small, and there is really being there.
Just very far away.
Yeah, and they are floating at this point because, you know, it's in editor mode. So let me demonstrate that.
What are those arrows?
What?
Those arrows that are...
You mean this one?
Yes.
Oh, it's a guy, alright? A female character would have something similar, but that's not in my interest. I never actually thought that they had something between their legs.
No,
It's pointing to the direction, yes. Like any other man, yeah.
Yes, I understand how that works.
Right. I really hope it doesn't crash now.
Time for the demo.
Woohoo! Well, this is usually how it works. The demo always fails.
Okay.
So, I am controlling this character, and like I said, I'm going to press a key. Bam. One of the guys started moving. We had our bubble sort mechanism. I had a bunch of debug information. Basically, what you have here is a string of their height, and it's aligned here, like from the biggest to the smallest one. So yeah, that's it. Yeah, I can just make this guy go away and then just go to that cube again, and he will be immediately going back there.
So, do they, you know, do this? I just saw how they run sort of on their places. Maybe you can do something like see this algorithm in action when where they swap places and like
Slow motion?
You mean like they would swap places like in other direction, like from smallest to top one?
No, so they sort of stand in a line in a random order, and then two of them switch, and then the next two, and so on.
yeah, so like implement the bubble.
Yeah.
It actually, that would be fun.
I could do that, but that would require some more time, which I didn't have. Alright, I want to show off the logic for all of this. Well, sorry to grab. So, first of all, read the top comment. This is not optimal, so get off my back, alright? I just implemented the fastest thing I could. So here's how it works. Like I mentioned before, the cube, by the way, yeah, this whole algorithm is attached to that spinning cube. So whenever we penetrate that, we are getting the list of all those actors. We actually get those by referencing their class name, or that's their template name, basically. After that, we're doing a for loop. Like you see, there's an executable going, clearing the temporary array in here, and then we are getting all those players in the loop. inputting all the heights from those characters into our temporary array, then sort that. Yeah, getting the flare is like going from here, we're getting that from flare from that array. We get everyone's y value, which is height, and then it is there. Oh boy, and here is the fun part. Simple sorting algorithm. Like in here, I didn't want to swap actual characters. I just wanted to mess with their heights. That's it. For demonstration purposes, that could have been done in a way smaller piece of code, but there it is. And after that is all done, so much. Like you see, you really have to look into where the executable, how to put it, when the execution step is coming from, like here in this for loop, when we have all the heights sorted already, we've got another loop to basically assemble that string that you saw in the top corner to the right. And once that loop has completed its part, we are switching and passing that execution order to another loop, which basically checks the height of the person and the one in the temporary array. If it matches, okay, here, if it matches, then we are grabbing the controller of that character and using its navigation algorithm, which is built in Unreal. We're just saying from one point in there, well, just go to the specified location. It's a real mess here. We're getting an index of height that we have a +1 so that it's further from that cube, multiplied by 200, which is basically the step from one person to another, well, character, and so on and so on. So here is the point that I wanted to bring up.
Bubble sort is hard?
No, I'm saying that blueprints are not exactly made to perform these tasks, because like you can clearly see it's a huge mess, and underneath there really should be some C++ code that would be handling all this logic. And then the designer, who has nothing to do with actual programming, he would just align or put the characters anywhere in the scene and then just execute one single node in here, and that would work out of the box. So that is not how it's supposed to work. I could put it in smaller chunks, but anyway, like they say on the Unreal developer side, do intensive stuff in C++ and output that into blueprints in this system, into nodes, and it's going to be perfect. So this way the code will actually be lighter. There will be less going back and forth with, to virtual machine that handles all this, to core C++ code, etc., etc. Question time.
I have a question. Doesn't this have like a sorting algorithm already there, or do you just wanted to implement
I
it?
wanted to bring it up.
Ah, okay.
And I really wanted to exercise my knowledge of this stuff.
Okay.
And yeah, this algorithm is not perfect. I didn't check if the array is already, if that temporary array is already sorted and that it didn't put a break in there. Sorry, that's hard for you. So it could be done better and it could perform better, but for this demonstration purposes, it's perfect. Okay.
We're gonna judge you.
Can you make reusable functions on this file? So maybe
That particular code was done to work on a specific cube, on a specific object, and it is fetching every character that is not controllable by me. So it's not exactly reusable. I could.
That's not what I meant. So I was thinking from before, you know, we had these two people like you wanted to switch at
Yep.
runtime. Can you write a function that takes like two arguments and outputs stuff? So
Where?
Anywhere. And switch two, make any two characters switch places regardless of who they are. Assuming they can be navigated.
So essentially, can you write a function here?
Yes, you
yes.
can make it function. You can put it out there in so-called level script and have it all working in there. You can create multiple instances of objects that will handle smaller pieces, and you can input and access variables from other objects in the scene. So it works exactly like ordinary programming language, just for visual stuff. Yeah. It's not really handy, but it does make you think in a different way. Basically, it's flowcharts that they made us draw in college, and we all hated that, but now I'm actually liking it.
Speak for yourself.
You like
Flowcharts are awesome.
Well, I'm not going to judge you. That stuff is awesome, yeah, no doubt. Any other question?
Why did you have that guy run towards the cube if you've already activated the cube? What was the point of that?
So the way that cube works, it needs something to penetrate it.
Why didn't you just press the cube button?
It's not funny enough. I wanted to make him go in there. Like I pressed the button, the guy said affirmative, he went to the spot, activated the bubble sort code, and everyone got a line.
Can you launch it again? I want to try something.
Okay,
With
you
the
want to
arrow.
break it somehow.
Yes.
Of course.
So for example, what
DA
happens?
is, you have to press the button somewhere in here, like,
So what will happen if I stand here?
they will slowly try to go by you.
Asshole.
Stop looking at his crotch.
Hey! I think they're shocked. I broke.
Get out of there.
I broke your code.
I'm done. All right, mission failed. It's gonna be hard without the mouse.
Yeah, I'll manage. Does that work?
Press on the play button.
No, keyboard is the best. Okay.
If you run into the cubes, then the sorting algorithm will work as well.
Run away.
Now you managed to break it. Oh no. Well, actually, it's not going to crash because it only
Is he
the
stepping
code
the cube now?
fired once.
It's your place there.
I made the guy run somewhere else. Actually, I have foreseen this. All right, that's gonna do it. Hey, he made it.
No,
Yeah, he did.
He did.
not quite.
Can you make him face the right way?
Hmm?
Can you make him face the right way? Wait. Oh, actually, you're doing that without a
I'm not trying to make them look in a specific direction. I just want them to be at the right spot.
Can you kill them?
Not in this prototype.
They seem like a nice guy, so
Yep.
don't do that.
They are blue in Russian, it means. Any other question? No? Eugene? You know Unreal, just a bit. Ask anything, and I will not answer. All right, then it's it.
All right, awesome.